Stony Island Audio.
I am Dice Raw. This is the Raw Report. With me today is my friend and political correspondent Brett Goldman. He's wearing his mask.
I'm wearing my mask. I don't want to accidentally give Dice COVID antibodies.
I've already had COVID.
Me too.
I've had COVID-19, 18. I've had COVID-20.
COVID-69.
Well, I don't want to talk about that, but let's get right into it. Brett, you would like to do something spiritual to start the show?
Well,
because you
no,
missed last week's show.
I missed last week's show, and I was sick with COVID at the beginning of the year, and I wanted to just give you my condolences about your father.
Thank you, Brett. Thank you. I appreciate that very much.
It sucks, and I wish we were able to be there right after it happened, but COVID.
Right. COVID. It's so crazy.
But I'm happy to hear that you have some newfound siblings.
I do. I've got a lot of stuff going on. My dad, boy, Papa was a rolling stone. Wherever he laid his hat, I mean, really, wherever he laid his hat was his home. I mean, he took that song literal. But yeah, shout out my dad. Shout out my beautiful family that seems to be growing every week.
So I was bothering me. Did your sisters that you now know who you were before all this happened?
Yeah, they knew who Dice Raw was. One reason is because my dad would always be like, "Hey, Dice Raw's got a new song. You should check it out." Or Dice Raw's got a play. You should go see it. Or I'm at the Freedom Theater, and Dice Raw to see you over. And they're like, "Well, why does he like Dice Raw so much?" And they were like, "You know what? He never said that he was your father." Luke, I'm your father. No! I mean, it's like, but it's a good thing. He was a good dad, despite the secrecy. He was a great guy. We loved him.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
That's it's hard, and you had a hard year. Hopefully 2022 will be better.
Yeah, I mean, every day, it could be worse. I could be dead. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, "Oh, not me, God. I mean, anybody but me, God. Anybody. Can we find someone up?"
They got Bob Saget.
Oh, Bob Saget, Meatloaf.
Louis Anderson.
Oh, Louis Anderson. It just don't stop, man. When you get old,
Betty
man,
White.
it's like, Betty White, come on. She was greedy. I mean, I love Betty White, but when it comes to getting old and living a long life.
She's raising a shit ton of money for the animal shelters.
Ooh, she was greedy with age. I'm just saying, like, save some for somebody else, Mrs. White. Now, God bless Betty White. My favorite picture of her is the picture of Betty White and Eazy-E. Do you think Eazy fucked Betty White? Do you think they fucked that night? Because they were pretty close. They were pretty close to
and you've ruined my weekend.
It looked romantic.
Well, Tice, you've ruined my weekend.
It looked romantic.
You ruined my weekend.
The Eazy-E Betty White photo. Eazy was hitting that. Eazy fucked a lot of women, obviously. You know what I'm saying?
But you think he fucked Betty White?
I think it's possible. I think Betty White would fuck Eazy-E, definitely. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, they'd be like, "Hey, Mrs. White, can we get your car?" She's like, "No, I'm riding with Eric tonight." They're like, Eric? They're like, "Oh, you may know him as Eazy."
She was incredibly progressive and did have a what's that story about her with the black actor? They wouldn't let her on screen with the black actor.
Shit, I don't know, but I just know.
I think she had a black tap dancer on her show.
Tap dancer, co-star.
And the crowd responded negatively, so she brought him on again, like a week later.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Shout out Betty White for being a trailblazer. But, I could definitely see Betty White fucking with Eazy-E, smoking some weed or some shit like that.
Well,
and then I could definitely see Eazy-E probably fucking Betty White. Like,
you ever watch the Golden Girls?
I mean, sadly, yeah. Like, a lot of Golden Girls. Like, I mean, probably like, for a black male living in America, I've watched an unhealthy amount of Golden Girls, probably. I could definitely say that.
Well, things I never expected to learn about you today. I just did.
I mean, who didn't watch the Golden Girls? Like, it's a hit show. Like, my mom watched it, so I mean, I was never like a big TV kid, So whatever my mom watched, I would watch. You know what I mean? So it was like kind of like that. So.
Okay. Well, you know what's got me my mind blown about the Golden Girls?
Talk,
you know
they're all dead.
Well, yes.
Rest in peace, the girls.
But I just found out that they're supposed to be the same age as the Sex and the City reboot.
Oh, word?
Yes.
Oh, shit. I mean, there you have it. I mean, Blanche Devereaux was definitely getting her kitty cat snacked on. You know what I'm saying?
Just like
so
Sarah Jessica Parker, who looks fantastic, by the way.
They look great.
They look great.
They look great. You know, I never wanted to fuck Maud. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me. You know what I mean? Like, what's her real name? B. Arthur. You know what I mean?
B. Arthur.
I never wanted to give B. Arthur the stick talk. You know what I'm saying? But
Well, moving on from that, I saw on LinkedIn that you had a anniversary with the Roots.
28 years.
What have you been doing with your life?
Man, a lot. But it seems like not a lot. It still seems like there's so much more.
Yeah.
But when you start working at a place where you're 10 years old, you know what I mean? 28 years doesn't really seem like it's been that long.
Doesn't seem like it's that long.
Nah, I've been working with those guys since I was about 14.
Yeah.
I mean, so.
And you were,
shout out the Roots, man.
And you were on one of my favorite albums. Several of my favorite albums.
I was about to say one. I was like, okay, Brett. Thanks a lot, buddy.
I mean, I remember who you are because of The Roots Come Alive.
Right.
Because he brought his young bull Dice Raw.
There you
and
have
he's
it.
sitting in front of me.
I'm sitting
wild.
here.
So, good.
Thanks,
so what
Brett.
else is going on?
I mean, so much is going on. My grandmother, she did a video on Facebook, and a lot of people don't like it. Some people like it, but just people are saying, yo, Dice, you know, she's saying the wrong thing to women. And basically my grandmother's saying, every man cheats. You should let your man cheat in peace. You know what I mean? She's like, you know, I never bothered your grandfather. He can't go out and cheat every night. She's like, I ain't saying he gonna be with a different woman every night, but you know, every man gonna cheat. So I was like, well, so what should young women do? And she's like, they should stay. And I said, they should stay? She's like, yeah, they should stay. Like, they get a new man, he gonna cheat too. And I was like, okay. She's like, why you think your daddy got all them kids? And I'm like, because first of all, she starts talking about the people, the family that she used to work for. And the guy's name is Mr. Goodman, right? So she's like, Mr. Goodman even had a girlfriend. And I was like, really? I was like, she was like, yeah, you know. So when you got people like, you know, good men like that got girlfriends, like, you know, every man gonna have a girlfriend. That just girls need to realize that. And I said, oh, okay.
Huh.
Girls need to realize that.
So I guess she was a big fan of the Golden Girls.
Oh, my grandmother, she didn't really watch the Golden Girls. You know what kind of TV she likes? My grandmother, she likes murder, like unsolved murder mysteries.
So she watches a lot of Columbo.
Well, that's a running joke in our house, but we'll get to the story. But who doesn't love Columbo? But I mean, but Brett, you're really aging yourself, because are you talking about Columbo 1 or Columbo 2? You're talking about part 2.
I'm talking about the old Columbo guy. I'm just talking about
But he had a reboot. There was Columbo in the 70s, 80s,
I'm
and then
talking
there was
about
Columbo in the 90s.
Isn't that all the same Columbo?
It's the same guy. Same guy.
Well, shout out to my friend Perry Shao, who is the giant Columbo fan.
Okay, he loves Columbo?
He loves Columbo.
Who doesn't love Columbo? He's like, I used to say to my girlfriend, my ex-girlfriend, I used to say that she was like Columbo and stuff. You know what I mean?
Why?
Like,
Because she always found your weed.
No, because she used to always like be up my ass and shit, like a private detective and shit. Like, you know, she'd be like, "Where was you at tonight?" I was like, "Oh, I was hanging out with Phil." She'd be like, "Wait 1 minute, you were with Phil?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Well, where'd you guys go?" I was like, "We went to the steakhouse." She's like, "Oh, I love steak." She's like, "Why did you bring me steak? You bought me fish." She's like, what you get? And I was like, well, I got the steak, the French fries. Like, oh, okay, the steak and fries. She's like, I love that. How did you get it done? And I was like, how'd I get it done? I got it medium well. She's like, oh, okay, well, medium well.
Well, at least you don't get it well done with ketchup like our former president.
No, she's like, you know, I like. I was like, I got it medium well. She's like, okay, well, you got a steak medium well. She's like, what did Phil get? I said, Phil got a salad and some calamari. She's like, Phil got a salad, calamari. She's like, how long does it take? I think to cook calamari. I was like, babe, I don't fucking know, like, how long it takes to cook calamari. She's like, I'm just saying it probably takes, 10 minutes. Bruce was like, okay. He's like, in the salad, did he have any protein on the salad? I'm like, did he have any protein? She's like, I just want to know how long it took, because your steak, medium rare, probably took 4 minutes. each side, then they probably put it in the oven, then they boiled it down, you guys ate. How many drinks did you have? I'm like, how many drinks did I have? She's like, well, I'm just saying you were 6 hours late, so, how big was the steak? I mean, she would, like, trap me up like that. Like, I would be talking, and then she'd have all this evidence about me. And really, I'm not going to say I didn't cheat, because I got caught cheating. That's why she left me. But, I want her to get a white man, too. I want her to date a Jewish man, because I think she's a good woman. My ex-girlfriend, she's a good woman. I want her to get I want her and my sisters to hook up and go get good Jewish men. That's what I want.
Oh, Dice Rawstein?
Or Latin lover. Get some Latin. Because Latin, that's the most loyal. There's the Latin guy. The Latin guy, he's loyal, and the Latin woman is loyal. You don't really slip up and bang a lot of Latin women. You know what I mean? Like, you don't really once they'll kill you.
That's definitely against the stereotype.
Yeah, they'll fucking kill you. They're the most loyal. I would say, women out there, if you're looking for a guy that doesn't cheat, I would argue that Latin men cheat the least.
Okay.
Latin men cheat the least.
All right. Well,
that's what I would argue.
Okay.
I would argue.
All right. Well, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, next question. Even though this is not an interview, this is a podcast. But Brett has the show formatted today, so he has some things he would like to talk about.
Formatted. It's
Brett wanted to have some organization. He said, "Dice, I've got some things I'd like to speak with you about."
Yeah, I did.
Okay, let's continue.
So, did you hear about that volcano out in the Pacific?
Oh my fucking god! I mean, have we heard any news from Tonga? Shout out Tonga, Tonga, we love you. The island of Tonga. We love you. We miss you. We're worried about the people of Tonga, but there hasn't been much correspondence because of it was a super volcano, for what I'm gathering.
So according to National Geographic, as I've got 2 screens up now, this was like one of the weirdest volcanic eruptions in history.
Fuck.
Like all kinds of weird shit happened.
Fuck. So what happened?
I'm pulling up. I gotta get on Wi-Fi so I can tell you.
What I know is there was ash that shot up 100,000 feet into the air and has basically covered the whole entire island. So there's no planes that can fly in. There's no correspondence. We can't talk to our families in Tonga. We can't talk to our friends in Tonga. Yeah. You know what I mean? I've got people in Tonga. Who doesn't? It's not a very big place.
I don't think I do.
Well, I do. I've got people everywhere.
Are there lots of Jews in Tonga?
Well, I mean, you're Jewish. I'm not, but I'm sure.
You're an honorary.
I'm sure
you're an honorary member of the tribe.
You know, that's what Larry said. I'm sure I'm an honorary member of every tribe. You know what I'm saying? Because once you get me, I'm honorary Italian. I'm honorary Jewish. I'm honorary Cherokee Indian. You know what I mean? I'm honorary African. I'm honorary everything.
Honorary African.
Yeah, they love me. Well, I am African to a certain degree. I could be Caribbean. Like, I was stolen, you know what I mean, from my homeland, Brett. So I don't know what I am. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Well, I could be Haitian. I could be African. I mean, everybody's African. Let's just start there. But, who knows? You know what I'm saying?
Am I African?
I believe you are, Brett. Deep down. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's cool.
But I have a beautiful brown, goldish tone. I have a very bronze tone.
That's what I looked like when I got back from Jamaica. You
weren't this dark, Brett. Let's not.
Okay, fine. I spent a lot of time. Everybody said I had a really nice tan. But...
You did. You look great, Brett. But you were not as dark as you may think you were. Now, maybe if we dyed your hair or shaved it or something like that. So you'd look more like more Caribbean, more like a snowbird is what they call them.
A snowbird.
A snowbird. People who stay away from the snow, and then they come back when the snow's gone. Snowbird, you don't know.
So apparently Tonga is still covered in ash.
Fuck! I'm worried, man. Like, yo, this shit is not cool. This is like fucking ancient cities, how they used to be here, and then they disappeared. You know what I'm saying? Tonga's so small that something like this could destroy the entire Tonga. I mean, the food, the people, the culture. I mean, this is fucking important, and the world governments are not doing enough. We're sitting here arguing about fucking, bullshit, tariffs and boats sitting in the ports and fucking energy and stocks and shit.
I don't know,
and
man. I went to the supermarket the other day,
fucking-
and they
that's bullshit.
didn't have any meat.
It's all in Tonga because we're not taking care of our fucking people.
They also didn't have any paper towels. Again,
Listen, man. Here's the thing about the supermarket. If you don't go to the supermarket before 10 a.m., they won't have anything.
but
The
if you
stocks
go
get
before
shelved.
10
Yes,
a.m.
the stocks get reshelved every day.
Yes.
Every 24 hours, there's a restocking. Also, you have to go to supermarkets in rich neighborhoods. You can't go to the regular supermarket that's near the hood, near the city. There's too many people in the city, all going to the one Whole Foods. There's one Whole Foods in the city. Well, there's two, but everybody's hitting them, and they're hitting them hard. There's deliveries. There's fucking all kind of shit. You have to go to the supermarket. I'm sorry, I'm supposed to be talking to Brett. But you have to go to the supermarket early.
So
if you don't go early, it's a wrap.
Do you go for your grandma?
Well, I get it delivered. I don't go many places. I don't really leave the house. Like, I leave the house to do the podcast. I leave the house to, do other shit, like business shit, but that's it. Like, I go to the theater on Monday, having a meeting with Mural Arts.
Yeah.
Mural Arts in the theater. We got a partnership.
Yeah,
Shout out Jane.
What's going on at the theater?
I mean, what?
I mean, I saw you on social media the other day calling everybody out for not watching your streaming.
No,
videos.
calling out my so-called friends. Because I get all the analytics, right? I get all the data. So I can see who's putting their credit card information, who's logging in. Like, I can see it.
Do you accept Bitcoin?
No, we don't accept Bitcoin.
Why not?
I told you why we don't accept Bitcoin, because have you seen Bitcoin today?
Yeah, it's low.
Yeah,
it's tanking. Why do you think that? Why do you think that is?
Well, there's a very simple explanation.
Not
for that.
investment advice.
Look. Everything I talk about investment-wise happens.
Yes, but
here's
it's not
the thing.
investment advice.
Yeah, I'm
we
not
don't
giving
want the
any
SEC
investment
to come
advice.
out
No,
after you.
You're absolutely correct. Brett's absolutely correct. I am not giving you investment advice at all. No investment advice. But what I can tell you is, if you did listen to me and you shorted the market and you bought the stocks that I told you to buy.
Did you say Bork?
Short.
Oh, I thought you said Bork.
No, I mean, shorting the market or borking the market. I mean, I've never heard bork, but it sounds bad. You know what I'm saying? Bork.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay. Bomb knows. You know what I'm saying? They're having a bonding moment. You know what I'm saying? But I just can't imagine bork is a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Because it sounds like pork.
It's not.
Yeah. Okay. Anything that rhymes with bork except the fork can't be a good thing. You know what I'm saying?
What about a cork?
Cork is positive.
I mean,
a cork is positive.
I mean, you as one of the best lyricists.
A cork is very positive because it does a lot of good for us here on
Right.
Earth.
Yeah,
Cork is our friend.
And you're a good
But the
lyricist.
fork-
So there you go.
But the fork is our everything. The cork is a good thing, but the fork is our everything. Unless you don't use the fork.
What
if
about?
you're Ethiopian or you're Asian American or Asian, period.
I mean,
fork,
one could
fork
argue
sport.
that one could argue that chopsticks are far superior to forks.
Maybe, but the fork. I think the fork and chopsticks are both equally as positive. You know what I'm saying? So, moving on. If you did listen to my advice, you probably made money. But if you listen to my advice, you're probably insane too. So, let's just leave that. I don't give investment advice, but I'll tell you why Bitcoin is going down. It's very simple. The people that buy Bitcoin, the people that buy Dogecoin, the people that buy
Dogecoin is
Shiba Coin, the people that buy Ethereum, for the most part, are very young people, right? They don't really know what the crash is like, because maybe they've only been investing for 4 years, 5 years, 6 years,
They
7
weren't
years.
around
8
in
years.
08?
They weren't around in 08. They weren't around in 2000. They weren't around in 88. They weren't around in 1921. So they don't fucking know. Like, they think that the shit's just going to keep going up. So they bought all these tech stocks, and they bought all this fucking crypto, and they were playing it like a lottery.
Well,
so why
crypto wasn't around in 08.
my point exactly. So when you got all this tech shit going down, right? Robinhood, meme stocks, GameStop, fucking whatever the fuck you kids were memeing.
I wasn't memeing anything.
Bomb was. Whatever Bomb's generation was memeing, you know what I'm saying? And buying, they were also buying crypto, right? When they start losing, the Netflix is down 20%, Tesla's down.
Well, Netflix just upped their prices.
Well, Netflix is down 24% today. So when you see something like that in their minds they've never seen, which has happened before, it's happened in 2012.
You hear about Peloton?
Peloton is $29. And fucking 3 months ago, Peloton was $130. It's $30. So here's the thing: the crash still hasn't happened yet. It's like, this is just like a little appetizer crash. This is like what I'm going to have, I'm going to have the cheesesteak egg rolls before I have my entree. That's what this is. This is cheesesteak egg rolls, right? So the market still has...
Cheesesteak egg rolls.
This shit still has so far to go. But to my point, when the stocks go down, people have to cover their margin calls, like the babies, you know what I'm saying? The young guys, right? They got to cover their margin. They don't got the cash because they bought all of their money is in crypto. So now they got to sell the crypto assets to pay off the margin call. And that's basically what's happening. And it can fall to 3,000. It could fall to nothing. Then you got Russia that comes in and slaps sanctions on it. They want to ban cryptocurrencies.
They want to ban crypto
Putin
mining.
on your ass, huh?
They want to ban crypto mining.
Yeah, whatever. They want to ban crypto. They want to get it out of here.
I mean,
that ain't going to happen.
No.
That ain't going to happen. But, and all this shit is so far out, like the metaverse and, the money. Like, I looked at
Speaking of the metaverse, if you want to learn about the metaverse and Web3, our friend Jeff Pulver is having a conference next week.
Where?
Online.
Oh, okay. I'll be there. Shout out Jeff Pulver. Shout out the whole Vonage crew. Shout out the whole Pulver family. Lauren Pulver, that's his sister, right?
That's
Lauren.
his sister.
Lauren, shout out. Big hugs to the Pulver crew. We've had a rough year. But, in 2022 and 2023 and 2024 will be better if we're here. If we're not here, then we won't even give a shit.
Where are we going to be? Aliens?
Yeah, aliens. You goddamn right. Aliens. They're coming, Brett. You didn't know that?
All right. So we're back.
We're back.
And, there's a big voting rights bill going through the Senate right now.
Right. I've heard. I'm very interested.
Little chance of passing because, Republicans.
Right. Okay.
Just trying to get in the way of everything.
Oh, is that what they do?
Well, actually, Mitch McConnell did a,
Mitch.
Yeah.
A.K.A. Bitch McConnell.
Majority leader. Or minority leader. He's the minority leader
Bitch
now.
McConnell. Do a song called Bitch McConnell.
He said the quiet part out loud in a press conference the other day.
No, he didn't. Is he that dumb? We could probably pump this in.
Well, the concern is misplaced because if you look at the statistics, African American voters are voting at just as high a percentage as Americans.
So we're not Americans. African Americans out there, I just want you to know, you are not Americans. You know what I'm saying? That's not you.
I mean, I think you're American.
I am not American. I'm clearly African. And I know what's happening. I'm an African. And I know what's happening.
Coming soon on the Dice Raw podcast, the new song by Dice Raw.
That's an old... See,
I'm
you don't know
African.
that song? That's Dead Presidents. I'm an African. Yeah. And I know what's happening. I'm an African. Yeah. And I know what's happening. See what I'm saying? Bitch McConnell. See, when I see Bitch McConnell, because I'm in D.C. a lot, when I see him, matter of fact, Bomb, reach out to Bitch McConnell's people to see if we can get him on the show to defend himself. Then maybe I'll call him by his real name. Like, if that's a problem, if me calling him Bitch McConnell is a problem for him coming on the podcast, I won't call him Bitch McConnell while he's on the show. But I mean, whoa! America, when are you going to wake up? Anyway, Brett, I'm sorry. Please. You want to say something about this asshole? Go ahead.
Well, no, I was just telling you. He said the quiet part out loud.
Oh, my God. I mean, that's when people just don't give a fuck.
Right.
I mean, he's so ignorant that he just doesn't give a fuck. And this is what I talk about.
I mean, this is the same thing with like the January 6th stuff. They're going to get Trump on that.
Well, first of all, they're going to get a lot of people on that.
Rudy Giuliani.
They're going to get a lot of people on that. If you think nobody knew that shit wasn't going to happen, and listen, you know.
Oh, oops! A bunch of white people showed up with guns. Oops! Oh no!
If you think that some political
it's not
party
political.
was not involved,
Not a
if you
political
think
party.
some of the politicians were not involved, and it's probably some people were involved that you probably would have never thought on both sides. It's going to come out.
On both sides.
On both sides. On the
aren't-
Democratic side and the Republican. It's
I don't
so
think there's-
fucked
I
up
don't
and
think
it's so
there's
stupid.
I don't think there's a both sides on this.
Now, there's a both
Dice.
sides on this because here's the thing, right?
There's the people that want to.
DC is so fucked up and so corrupt that I mean, Brett, I'm sure you get it. But do the American people get it? Do they understand how fucking corrupt and how dastardly some of these people are? And I'm talking about Nancy Pelosi. Yeah, I'm talking about bitch McConnell. I'm talking about all of them. They're all the same people. When you're an African American, Americans, you just put them all in the same boat. You know what I'm saying?
What about AOC?
Well, she needs to be in a different kind of boat. AOC needs to be in like a yacht, and she needs to have like a fruit bowl, and needs to be plenty of fruit like grapes, pomegranates, dates, and then there needs to be like another bowl of like just diamond rings that she can just pick through and just see which one she wants. And then she picks one out, and then it says Dice Raw under it, and then she puts it on, and then I show up on a little dinghy next to the yacht, and I get on. I'm wearing a full linen tuxedo, unconstructed.
Okay.
And I get on the boat. I get on the boat with her, and then
And you ride off into the sunset. And you ride off into the sunset.
Is that what happens?
Yes, you ride off into the sunset.
Okay.
Because
Have you pictured
Moving
this
on.
before?
No, I'm just freestyle. I'm just flowing because when you got such a creative muse as AOC, it just flows and just flows. It's just so.
I'm gonna
easy.
get in trouble for this.
Right, I think you'll be okay. AOC knows we're just joking. Nah, I mean, DC's so fucking corrupt because they're the only people who are allowed the inside trade. So Nancy Pelosi, hello,
Well, it's not Nancy.
hello,
It's not Nancy
selling
Pelosi.
a lot of stocks,
Not
buying
Nancy Pelosi.
stocks.
No. There were actual members of Congress.
They inside trade.
There were actual members
still
of
do
Congress
it.
that got caught for insider trading.
And they did nothing happened to them.
Yes, they did.
No, Barack Obama put in a law, and then they did an amendment, and this shit doesn't matter. The motherfuckers are still doing this shit right now. They are trading big time. They pass a law that says, hey, Microsoft is going to get this fucking big contract from the government to build this shit. They all buy Microsoft. 2 weeks later, we get the news. They sell. They make a shit ton of money. I mean, this is what's going on. And then they call the bankers on Wall Street or billionaires. They want to call those guys out and make them the enemy. It's just a big distraction.
Yeah.
It's hoopla.
It's all
hoopla.
It's all hoopla.
Anyway, moving on. AOC, you can come on the show anytime you want.
She's
You
in
can
New
reach
York.
directly out to me. Don't call Bob. Just call me.
She might call,
No, don't call Bob. Just call. Just directly to me, AOC. You have a direct. You can have my information. Just use it. Okay, moving on.
Okay. We'll reach out to her people.
Okay, good.
So do you hear about that? You hear about that guy that held hostages at a synagogue last week?
What? Is he dead?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Good.
Yes. But the FBI tried to first say that it wasn't about Jewish people.
What was it about, FBI?
Well, they later corrected their statement.
Oh, okay.
Because why else would you?
Because you go into a synagogue and you say, "Yeah, I'm just here to just hold regular people hostage." I mean, not that Jews aren't regular people. Like, I don't want to sound like Bish McConnell, but you know what I'm saying. Like the Jews, the blacks, the Italians, the Latins. I mean, we're special. we're just different.
Well, anyway,
We're different.
at least it got
We're
resolved.
special.
But it shows how precarious things are here in the U.S.
Right. With regular white people.
Yeah.
Right.
But it wasn't a regular white person.
Okay. What was he?
He was Muslim.
Oh God, oh, my poor Muslim brothers. Well, one day we'll get
Not that it's anything against Muslims, because the rabbi actually worked very hard to build relationships between
with the Muslim community.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Oh, yeah.
So this guy didn't like that.
No, this guy had no.
He had no idea.
It had nothing. He thought that the rabbi knew other rabbis that could help get his sister out of jail, and his sister was a Al Qaeda terrorist.
Well, when things like that happen, I can only say a couple different things. And one thing is, when you have family that are in trouble, someone as close to you as a sister or, a mother or something like that, female family member, you want to do whatever you can to protect them.
Sure.
And even if you not even thinking properly, you could be, total goofball up here, up top. But you mean well.
Yeah.
You mean well, but he done something that
I
he
don't
should have did.
think this guy meant well.
Did he kill anybody?
No.
Okay, good.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
Tried to.
He meant well with trying to help his sister, but he went about it fucked up.
I don't think that is any. I don't think anybody goes and into any religious house of worship with weapons, meaning well.
Well, he tried to get his sister off.
Yeah, but there was nothing anybody there.
It's not
could do about
logical. Here's the thing: it's not logical. But you never know what's going through somebody's mind. Like he's obviously out of his mind.
Yeah.
And he thinks he's gonna help his sister.
But it's sure is a problem when
now he's just gonna go be with her now. Oh no, he's dead.
No, he's dead. She's in jail.
He's dead. Who killed him? The police or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the rabbi threw a chair at him, and I believe fought him off with a chair, like with a metal folding chair.
And he never squeezed the trigger at the.
I don't think so. But going into a synagogue on Saturday morning.
Yeah, or going into a black church and blowing it up.
Like that guy. What's his name? Like that other fucking terrorist.
Yeah. Well, but here's the thing: was it about his sister, or was it just about blowing up a black church?
Well, that guy was all about blowing up a black church.
Yeah. So I mean, at the end of the day, these things are all tricky. I just try to figure out what's going on in somebody's mind, because when I'm dealing with the kind of stress that I'm dealing with now, I just try to figure out what. Okay, that person did something that's totally crazy, but why did they do it? Already, there's something so heavy on their heart that makes them do something that crazy. What makes somebody do something that crazy?
Well, that guy probably just wanted to, kill some Jews, which is not cool.
But he never used his firearm.
True. Anybody trying to kill anybody is bad.
If you're trying to kill somebody, you discharge your firearm. I think this person is probably just a very confused and a very misinformed, a very traumatized, maybe brainwashed.
Definitely brainwashed.
Well, I mean, so when you know these things go on, if any part of a religious cult, somebody told me last night, a friend of mine's, that they were in a cult growing up.
No shit.
A cult. I mean, this is what she
a proper cult?
She said, yo, the type of shit that I grew up in was like a cult.
Like what kind of cult?
A religious cult.
Like Branch Davidians?
I don't know.
David Koresh in Waco?
I mean, when a person says cult, I automatically think
Heaven's Gate?
Waco, Texas. I think, Jim Jones.
Yeah.
Guyana. When I think cult, I think Roger and Rerun. And
that great
episode, the big head of lettuce they had on
classic episode of The Simpsons when they join a cult.
I think those kind
of
things.
movementarians.
I think about that. I think about the big one. What's the big one? The big cult, the popular, it's the biggest cult ever.
The cult of Trump?
No, man.
That's
Scientologists.
Oh,
I think about.
They might come cancel us. So.
Well, listen, Scientologists. I'm always willing to talk, and if I can get L. Ron Hubbard. Junior on the show. I mean, I'd love to have him.
That's John Travolta.
Whatever. I'd love to have him. You know what I'm saying?
You guys can do some sing some Grease songs.
Yeah, I love Grease. You know what I'm saying? It's a great musical. It's not my thing. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's a great production. And
It actually turns out that Dice starred in Grease.
I could
in
be
the
in
youth
Grease. I could
theater.
be in the black grease. You know what I'm saying? It could be fish grease,
What's the black grease?
chicken grease, or fish grease.
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought it was just grease with black
Grease with
people.
black people? No, we would never do grease. I mean, I think the black grease is like I want to call it sisters, but it's not sisters.
Sister Act?
No, the black grease is
Sister Act still holds up, by the way.
Sister Act is dope as fuck, but that's not what I'm talking about. The black grease, I think, is how about to call her Sarah Jessica Parker? Jennifer Hudson. Jennifer Hudson.
You got Sarah Jessica
And
Parker on the brain today.
It's something girls. I can't think of the name.
Showgirls?
No, not Showgirls, but it's something like that. But it's something.
Saved by the Bell?
Jennifer Hudson, Brett. It's Jennifer Hudson is Saved by the Bell. Bomb, help us out here. What is the musical Jennifer Hudson's in? And it's something, musical Jennifer Hudson's in. There was a production. It was Beyonce's in it, I believe. I mean,
Dreamgirls.
Dreamgirls! Oh my God! Put a bullet in my head. Fucking Dreamgirls. Like, I think that's like the black grease. It's pretty good though.
Probably not as corny.
No, it's got some. But I don't think Grease was corny. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, Dreamgirls definitely has.
I don't know, 1950s
some meat on the
greaser.
bone.
1950s greasers. I mean,
Yeah, fighting suburban kids and
Yeah,
it's-
I mean-
it's, it's just it doesn't relate to me in that sense. But neither does Dreamgirls. But I think they're both equal. Like, but Dreamgirls has some meat on the bone, and Jamie killed it.
yeah.
Fucking Jamie Foxx killed it. Fucking Jennifer Hudson killed it. Beyonce. I mean, Dreamgirls is the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's not get that fucked up at all. And but I would just say, as far as like the musicality and going from stage production to movie, what's the black version of Grease? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's same tier. You know what I mean?
Well, Grease was
I
a
would say
movie
Dreamgirls.
first and then went to a stage production, wasn't it?
Yeah, and Dreamgirls was a theater production and then went to stage. So, I mean, vice versa. Look, peanut butter and jelly. Some people put the peanut butter down first. Some people put the jelly first. You know
Really?
what I'm
Who
saying?
puts the jelly down first? Because
Some people do that.
who?
Some people.
Do you know anybody that does that?
I do. I don't want to call him out because he's pretty famous. But I saw him. He took the jelly out and he took the peanut butter out and he didn't grab the spoon. He grabbed the spoon, not the knife, and he proceeded to spoon jelly out first. And once his jelly was spooned out, I'm telling you what he did. He then took a spoon and went to the peanut butter and did the same thing. And a knife was available. The knife was available. He chose the spoon.
Because you know they got the squeeze bottle Johns now for the jelly.
He chose the spoon.
Okay.
That's the kind of psychopaths you're dealing with. In
That's the
music
kind of
industry.
psychopaths that you know.
All right, so what else we doing?
What else we
We're
doing?
talking about Putin, right?
Oh, you want to talk about Putin?
Rootin', tootin'.
You know, nothing's
I
happened.
like Pootie.
Oh, yeah, but
like
like,
Pootie.
but
Oh,
like
Pootie's
they
what I
got all
call
those
him.
troops on the border, man,
Go in. Take it over.
in Ukraine.
Yeah, take over the Ukraine.
That's
Make
not-
it yours, Pootie.
No, we don't want that to happen.
Ukraine, come home to Mother Russia. That's what I want the Ukraine.
No.
Come home to Mother Russia.
We don't want that to happen.
Yeah, I do. Because Ukraine's got some fucking nerve. Like it's like this is why we can't have nice things. It's because people can't play by the rules. You know what I'm saying? It's like Ukraine, you were once Russia. You gotta go home, Ukraine. You gotta go home.
It doesn't work that way.
Hey, what they gotta do? I saw a meeting today, and on CNN where there was a fight in Ukraine Parliament.
Yeah.
See, a fist fight broke out. The guy was saying something, and he pointed down to the guy, and the guy got up and punched the shit
Well, that
out
happens
of him.
like all the time in other countries.
And that's what we need here in America. That's what we need here in
I mean,
America.
we-
Maybe that's what we should start doing. Maybe I should run, and I should start punching people in the face that are my opponents. I should run for office. Like if you don't have a college degree, can you run for
Yes.
public office?
Yes, you can.
What if you don't have a high school diploma? Do you at least have to have that?
You don't actually.
Oh, it's open season. I'm running for Philadelphia mayor. I'm announcing right now my campaign for Philadelphia mayor. Yeah. 20, whenever the next one is.
23.
It's on an off number.
Yes.
Never mind. I don't do odds. I only do evens. I only do even numbers.
Okay, I got worried for a second.
Yeah, I mean, I could become Philadelphia president. I tell you, who else could become Philadelphia president? Gilly the Kid. If he really wanted it.
Who?
Gilly the Kid. You know this guy?
No.
Philadelphia legend. Listen, shout out Gilly the Kid. He could be fucking mayor of Philadelphia if he wanted to.
I mean,
if he wanted to. If he put on the suit and the tie and he went and shook the right people's hands.
I mean,
tell you what,
if you put on a suit and tie and shook the right people's hands.
I've done it. I love suits and ties. And look, I'll tell you one thing. Nobody looks as good as I do when I do it. I'll tell you that much. When I throw on a suit and tie. AOC, if you want me to wear a suit and tie when you come on the show, you got it done. Done. But see, you know what? I'm going to run for Philadelphia. I'm not going to run for mayor. I'm just joking about that. But I do want a public office. I'm going to run for some public office. I'm going to find something that suits me, something I feel is a good fit for me, something that I think that
I got it. I got the idea.
in.
I got it.
What is it?
Condo association president.
Of the city or just the condo?
I don't know, wherever you live. You live in a nice high-rise.
I could always do that. Actually, I live in a home now, but we're moving because I have my mom.
Yeah.
I have my mom. And my mom is 93, but she runs up and down the steps.
You should move back to the...
I mean, I've never seen anything like this.
You should move back to the St. James.
Well...
Be the condo association president
they
there.
They don't like me over there.
Excuse me, Mr. Rawl. What's that smell coming from your apartment?
Some of the neighbors didn't like me. There was a fucking dickhead who was like, he was as black as me or blacker, but he wasn't black. You know what I mean? Like, he was black as the night, but he wasn't black. And he was just like, they would say, hey, Mr. Such and Such says your car is parked downstairs and other people need to use the grocery lane or something. It was like some dumb shit like that every 5 minutes. They're like, oh, your car's still parked outside. You're only allowed to leave your car here for an hour. It's been there for 3 hours. And such complained. Like, he was constantly complaining about me. And then the fucking, the guy who at the front desk, he was Puerto Rican. He was cool. He did like an accent of this guy one day. And he's like, yo, Dice. He's like, yo, this guy just doesn't like you. And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, yo, he just doesn't fucking like you.
Everybody likes Dice. How?
Right.
Fuck.
And look, I'm talking to the door guy, right? And this guy who's Puerto Rican.
Shout out to the door guy in my building.
Look, he was Puerto Rican, but he did this guy's accent funny as shit. So just imagine like somebody with a very pronounced Puerto Rican accent doing an accent of somebody else that we don't know where country they're from, right? And he was like, black guys are so flashy. Why is this black guy car something? And this is the Puerto Rican. Like, so we was trying to figure out what country is this motherfucker from?
I don't know if we can do this.
My dude at the front desk was Puerto Rican. I'm black. This guy is black, but he's not Spanish black. So we don't know where the fuck he's from. He's just like a black guy who doesn't like black guys from another country. But he's like, his hair wasn't black though. He had a white man's hair. He was black as the night, but he had a white man's hair and he had a white man's attitude. You know what I'm saying? Anyway.
Well,
and I can say that kind of stuff because Baum, you haven't seen Baum, but he's a Jewish gentleman, but he looks Latin. He looks like a John Leguizamo.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I can see that. Yeah.
He looks very much Latin, and the Latins get all the girls, by the way. And that's how he's getting away with murder. This one, Bomb. That's why he doesn't want to be on camera. Too many girlfriends. No, I'm just joking. He's got one girlfriend. He's not like a black guy who has multiple girlfriends. Anyway, so.
Oh man.
So what's next? Putin. Go into Ukraine, Putin. You have my blessing. Mwah. Mwah, Putin, you've got my blessing. Go into the Ukraine tonight,
no,
Putin. Take what's yours.
No, don't
it's
do that.
yours. And if
don't
Biden, here's the thing about Biden, Putin. In 2 years, you ain't got to worry about him. In 2 years, you ain't got to talk. You won't talk to Biden ever again. He's gonna go to Fenwick Island where he likes to hang out with the rich people.
Because in 2 years, because in 2 years, what? Putin's gonna try to steal the presidency again?
He can have it.
No,
you
we
can
can't.
have it.
No, we
Putin,
can't.
the presidency is all yours.
No, it's not.
Go ahead, take
no,
it.
No, it's not.
Russian
Nope,
hackers.
Nope.
Do your thing.
Nope.
I'm not American.
Nope. Shut this down.
I'm not. What does an African American care?
Well,
We're not American.
according to the Senate Republicans.
Bitch McConnell.
According to the Senate Republicans.
Bitch McConnell, you motherfucker. You motherfucker, bitch McConnell. When I get my hands, I'm gonna talk like a wrestler. When I get my hands on you, bitch McConnell, I'm gonna slam dunk your head off the top turnbuckle.
Oh boy. And there goes my political career.
No, you're fine. I will say this. All the political views discussed on the show by Dice Raw are clearly the views of Dice Raw and do not reflect on any of the guest members or the production staff. Dice Raw's views are solely his own views of political matters and investment advice and strategies.
I think that should be the opening of this episode of the Raw Report.
More whiskey! Nah, I'm just joking. So what are we talking about, Brett? Let's go.
What else is
what you
going
got
on?
for me
Well,
today?
you watching any good TV lately? You watching Book of Boba Fett?
I haven't seen that yet because Disney.
It's like some of the best Star Wars I've ever seen.
Really?
Yes.
Fuck, is it better than Baby Yoda?
No.
Oh, okay.
There's nothing better than Baby Yoda.
Okay, well, I was like, let's not get crazy
Come
here.
on.
You know what
Come
I'm
on. There's nothing better than
Let's
Baby Yoda.
not get crazy here. Nothing's better than Baby Yoda. We love you, Baby Yoda. What was his name? Guka?
Grogu.
Grogu?
Grogu.
Grogu. Shout out Grogu, wherever the fuck he's at. You know what I'm saying? You know, fucking the 200-year-old baby.
I mean, 50-year-old baby.
Can't stop eating. Oh, he was only 50? He was only
50.
5'0"? He was 5'0"? Okay. 50-year-old fucking baby.
I mean, he's an internet sensation.
Who doesn't love Baby Yoda? You know, and I feel bad because I saw the picture of him and I was offended because I was out of context for me. I didn't know there was a Baby Yoda. I just thought it was a Baby Yoda. I didn't know he was a whole different person. You know, a whole different entity, a thing. Anyway, I'm looking forward to Ozark tonight. I'm
it's a
going
new
to
episode of Ozark?
It's up. It's up. What I saw when I was leaving the house, I said, fuck, I was going to watch it last night. Couldn't get to it. I said,
Here you go. Baby Yoda meme.
hey, there he is. Did we love him?
You should read that one.
But if I turn that way, it's not my good side. This is you should have. I like to go this way, Brett.
Here you go. Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda meme.
Okay. I like it. I'm glad you learned about
Parallelogram.
parallelograms instead of how to do takes.
Taxes.
Oh, taxi. I got bad eyesight too. So it really comes in handy in parallelogram season. Okay, got it. I don't get it. Got it. Don't get it. Anyway, moving on.
Here you go. Here's another Baby Yoda meme.
No, let's stop with the Baby Yoda memes.
I think this is a funny one.
No.
I think you'll like this one.
Let's move on because we're talking
I think
about TV.
you'll like this one.
No. Ozark. It's about Ozark right now. Baby Yoda.
Ozark Ruth.
Ozark.
Ruth.
What about her?
Great character. She don't know shit about fuck.
Oh, the rapper, the one that likes hip hop music.
The blonde.
Blonde. Yeah. I like her. Yeah, she's great.
The blonde with the curly hair.
Yeah, she's great. She started off rough for me. At first, didn't like her. Grew to love her. Definitely excited to see the 4th season. Probably going to binge watch it. Going to cook dinner tonight for my grandmother. It's going down. Ozark. I'm going to put her in bed early. I'm going to rush her into bed tonight. I was like 7:45. Mom, you're going to bed.
7:45.
7:45.
That's
She likes to
late.
play horses. My mom will stay up and bet on horses till 12 o'clock at night if I let her.
Yo, my grandmother already had dinner. It's 4:30.
My grandmother will stay up till 12 o'clock at night and bet horse after horse if I let her. But and if I tell her what time it is, then she'll go to sleep. I'll say, Mama, it's 10:30. She's like, oh my God,
Dice,
it's time for me to go to sleep.
Yo, Dice,
but
how do you-
some nights she wins, so I gotta keep her up.
Yo, Dice, how do you feel about those? Betting commercials?
Which ones? I don't know.
Like, I don't know, the sports betting commercials.
Which ones? Like I don't know.
Like DraftKings and shit.
Oh, I like DraftKings. I use TVG app. We only do horses. I don't
know about that
I don't
shit.
bet. I don't bet sports or like. But I may start betting sports. I'm just bored. You know what I mean? So
Bitcoin.
when the stock market closes, I just don't know what to do with myself. You know what I'm saying?
Well, at least you're not
sitting at home.
At least you're not sitting at home watching porn.
Well, I watch so much porn. I watch so much porn. It's not even like watching porn anymore. It's like Some people I see people turn on CNN in the morning. I turn on Spanish butt fuck 5. You know what I'm saying? And I just watch that. Like I just
Turn
while
on
I'm eating my
OnlyFans.
cereal. Like I'm just brushing my teeth. Like Patrick from American Psycho. You ever seen that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like a goofball.
You're just sitting there watching, Team
I just
Skeet.
let it play. I don't even watch it. It's just on, just playing very loud, and just so my neighbors can hear it. I think my neighbor likes it because he came over and gave me a high five the other day, and like, we weren't on speaking terms.
What were you blasting?
My neighbor's a hater. He's a fucking.
What were you
hater.
blasting brazzers into his?
Yeah, well, that's what I do. I turn the speakers up. I just face it to his wall. You know what I'm saying? It's probably in his kid's room. I tell you what. The best thing about my neighbor is the kid is the smartest motherfucker in the whole entire household. The little baby, he's so fucking smart. He's smarter than both his fucking parents.
Is it Baby Yoda?
He's smarter than Baby Yoda. This might be a 75-year-old baby. Like he looks like a 2-year-old, but he may be 75.
Yeah, nobody's smarter than Baby Yoda. Come on, man.
This kid's pretty fucking smart. His parents are pretty fucking stupid. So when I first moved in, it's like a suburban area. I'm not used to living around these kind of people. Yuppies, suburban.
I mean,
weirdos.
You did live in one of the buildings you did live in a building in Center City that my parents' friends lived in.
Right, but I get along with those kids.
Jewish retirees.
Yeah, they love me. The old Jewish ladies, they fucking love me to death because they can put me to work, and I do it. I don't even say nothing. Like one lady, she just kept calling me Deuce. She never learned my name. I just loved it. She'd say, Deuce, could you come over here for a moment?
Sounds like something my mom would do.
What do you need? She'd be like, Deuce, come in here because I got this blanket. I want you to take this blanket down to the Puerto Rican at the front desk. He's a good Puerto Rican. I'd say, sure, I'll take it to her. She's like, okay,
This doesn't
Deuce.
represent all Jewish
She's
people.
like, Deuce, you're a good black. I just want you to know that. You're a good black.
No, she didn't. She
never said that.
Okay, good.
She just said, Deuce, she just never learned my name. That's all she did. Brett's late, so we're going to wrap it up. But anyway, she was a wonderful woman. And she said, Deuce, tell them about your musical. They're going to love it. And I said, it's about mass incarceration, the unfair judicial system, privatized prisons, police brutality on African-American men, women, and children, and the offenses of American crime and what they've done to the black culture and race. And her girlfriend says, sounds like a dandy. Oh, my God. But listen, I'll tell you what. She came to see the show.
She did.
Which is more than I can say for 99.9% of my friends.
Shout out to one of the best additions to The Last Jimmy, Brian Anthony Wilson.
Right. Yeah, shout out,
The
Brian.
guy from Postman.
Is he in Postman?
He was in The Postman.
Oh, shit.
With Kevin
There you go.
Costner.
Shit, I knew he was a good actor.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah. Shout out, Brian.
Yeah, good dude.
Moving on. Anyway, this
Yo,
is the
you
Raw
watch it?
Report.
Yeah.
Putin, take yours. AOC, we love you. We love you. We love you. Yeah, this is the Raw Report. This is Brett Goldman. He doesn't want to say anything. Bomb. You know what to do.
Thanks for watching that, and if you dug that, leave a thumbs up and say what up in the comments, and make sure to subscribe to Stony Island Audio for more.